started. Next slide. Today's training will be conducted in two parts. First, we will walk through the training deck to go over some key highlights and updates for PowerRecruit. Then for the second part, we will conduct a live demo. For this training, we will go over an overview of PowerRecruit, then go over the key new features and walkthroughs, the recruit request, and bureau approval steps. After we go over these items, we will then go into the live demo. As we are limited on time and we want to ensure we have enough time to go over everything we want to touch on in this training, we will be answering questions at the end of the session if time permits. Please place your questions in the chat throughout the session today, and our team will collect your questions and provide answers at the end of the session or in a follow-up after the session. Next slide. The PowerRecruit Redesign provides the ability to streamline recruit request initiations in HR Connect. The summary of changes for the PowerRecruit Redesign are: number one, redesign of the PowerRecruit functionality in HR Connect. Number two, streamline functionality for submitting and approving recruitment requests. Number three, a tool to review an all-inclusive list of PowerRecruit requests and the corresponding status of each. Another main update with the redesign is the introduction of the 4-step activity guide, which includes step 1, PD library, step 2, position information, step 3, announcement information, step 4, summary and submit. We will walk through these steps during this training. Other updates include the ability to save a draft request, ability to print or save a copy of the request, and a final check prior to submitting the request. Next slide. There are 3 ways to initiate a recruitment request using PowerRecruit. The 3 ways are as follows: recruit request, vacant position, and backfill. Today, we will demonstrate the recruitment request scenario 1. Next slide. Now we will head into a walkthrough of key new features in the PowerRecruit redesign. Next slide. The following screen prints show the new PowerRecruit dashboard. To initiate a recruit request, first you will click on the Recruitment Dashboard tile. Next, you will click on the Recruit Request tile to proceed with initiating a recruitment request. Additionally, you can click on Manage Request tile to review the status of recruitment request. Next slide. On this slide, we are highlighting information needed to complete your recruitment request that comes from the CD516. This information includes job code, duty station, bargaining unit, supervisory code, drug test, and telework. Next slide. Now we will get into the steps that were mentioned earlier that are part of the 4-step activity guide. The first step is the PD library. On this step, you will enter the PD number, which corresponds to the job code that is listed as the MR number on the CD516. The job code will appear on the bottom of the screen where you then will click on the official position title. Please note that the PD number is the job code. Next slide. Once you select the official position title, a pop-up will appear to confirm the selection. Next slide. Now we are ready for step 2, position information. The series and grade on this step will default. The position number field should be left blank. Next slide. On the bottom half of the page, you will find a drop-down for additional position information. Required fields on this step, include hiring manager's position, department, sensitivity code, and security clearance. The hiring manager's position will default to the hiring manager that is initiating the request. When initiating as a proxy for a hiring manager, search and populate the hiring manager's field. If it does not default, department and sensitivity code will default. You can select security clearance and work schedule from their respective drop-downs. If the recruitment is for a non-competitive hire, please indicate non-competitive in the job analysis field. If the sensitivity code does not match the CD516, please contact Enterprise Services before proceeding. Next slide. Next is the third step, announcement information. All the information in this section is optional, and any information entered should be referenced based on the CD516, PD, and hiring preferences. Information can be updated after submission. There are some items to note on this page that I want to bring to your attention. If the recruitment is for a non-competitive hire, leave the Who Can Apply field set at No. For location details, the user can enter location by announcement or by duty location. If the appointment type is temporary or temporary promotion or term, enter in length of appointment. If you select remote job, then you cannot select telework eligible or vice versa. Subsequently, if you select remote job, then location details tab will be blocked out. Click Save and move forward once complete. Next slide. The fourth and last step is summary and submit. On this page, you can review a summary of your request and add any additional comments as needed. If the recruitment is for a non-competitive hire, please include non-competitive in the comments box. Enter the prefix in the request number field. The prefix will correspond to the requesting bureau. For example, OS, ITA, MBDA, EDA, NTIA, and BIS. The 6-digit PowerRecruit number will auto-generate and attach the prefix to it for a unique bureau identification. Next slide. Workflow approvals match the workflow currently existing. Following the Bureau's routing rules, you will route to the first authorizer. Please note that when initiating as a proxy to a hiring manager, there will be an additional hiring manager drop-down field where the user must select the hiring manager again. Click Submit and continue through the steps. Next slide. Once Submit is clicked, a pop-up window will appear with the PowerRecruit request number. Please write this number down to submit with your recruitment request in the ES portal. Click on Print Summary to get a printable copy of the request. To exit, either click the Exit button in the top right corner or select Return to Recruitment Dashboard option in the center of the screen. Next slide. As noted earlier, you can view the status of requests by going to the Recruitment Dashboard and click on the Manage Request tile. Next slide. This is the view of Manage Request. Here you can see a summary of all your submitted recruit requests. Next slide. Next, we will look into what the PowerRecruit looks like at the Bureau approval level. Next slide. Bureau level approval includes the work list, MSS approval pages, access work list to approve the PowerRecruit request. Next slide. Click on Recruit Requests, action type to review the recruitment request. When reviewing, all fields are editable except the PD number and sensitivity code. Authorizers can submit, deny, push back, but no restart. Next slide. Navigate through position information and announcement information tabs to review information. If an update is needed, update accordingly. Prior to submitting, you can add attachments or comments as needed. Click Submit to approve your request. Next slide. Now that we have walked through some of the key updates and features for PowerRecruit, let's head into the demo portion of this training. Please give us a moment to transition to the demo portion. Thank you. We will be demonstrating the steps to initiating a new recruitment request for competitive recruitment. For this, you will first navigate to HR Connect homepage and click the Recruitment Dashboard tile. For the demo today, I will be initiating the recruitment request as a proxy to the hiring manager in HR Connect. Once you are in Recruitment Dashboard, you will then click the Recruitment Request tile to start the process of initiating the new request. We are now starting step 1 of the 4-step activity guide, which is the PD library. On this page, you will start by entering the PD number in the PD number field. You will pull this number from the CD 516, which is the MR number on the form. PD number also corresponds to the job code field in HR Connect. For this demo today, we will be using the PD number FT0012. Once you type in the PD number, proceed with clicking the search button. A bar will populate at the bottom, and from here, you can press the official position title to confirm your selection. For this scenario, select Human Resource Assistance. A pop-up will now show on the screen that confirms the PD selection. Press OK to proceed. Now that we have selected our position, we are entering the second step, which is position information. On this page, we will confirm whether the associated information is accurate for the recruitment request. The PD number will appear in the top left corner of the page. Leave the position number field blank. If the recruitment has a target grade, then add all applicable grades by using the plus sign in the Grades to Recruit section. The hiring manager field will default to the hiring manager. I am acting on behalf of today for initiating the recruitment request. The hiring manager corresponding department will also populate. In this scenario, Jennifer Nye should display as the hiring manager. Jennifer's department also defaults. The sensitivity field will default based on the position information. Please do not change. If the sensitivity code does not match the CD 516, please contact Enterprise Services. Reference the position designation record to select the security clearance drop-down value that corresponds to the position being recruited for. In this scenario, the security clearance is 0, not required. Reference the CD 516 to select the work schedule field drop-down value that corresponds to the position being recruited for. In this scenario, work schedule will be F for full-time. If a recruitment request is for a non-competitive hire, indicate non-competitive in the job analysis field. Once all relevant fields are complete, click Save to proceed. We are now entering step 3 of the process, which is announcement information. The first section we see on this page is who can apply. For this section, select the applicable announcement types. If the recruitment is for a non-competitive hire position, please leave the Who Can Apply field set at No. In this scenario, we are doing a competitive hire, which means that we are posting the vacancy on USA Jobs. Toggle and click Yes for public and status. The next section on this page is announcement information. In this section, complete all applicable information. In this scenario, select the following appointment type. You can select permanent or temporary. If we were selecting temporary, then the length of appointment field will become available to complete. Today, we will be doing a permanent position. We will say travel is required 25% or less. Toggle yes for supervisory position. Toggle yes for financial disclosure, and toggle yes for telework eligible. The last section for this page is location details. In this section, indicate the total number of vacancies as well as the duty location. Duty location will be pulled from the CD 516. In this scenario, we will say we're recruiting for 2 vacancies. We are looking to recruit in the Washington, D.C. area. Under location details, click on the icon in the state field, type in DC, then click search. For today, we will select Washington. Select Save to proceed to move forward. We are now entering the 4th and final step, which is Summary and Submit. The first thing you will do on this page is enter the prefix in the request number field that corresponds with the bureau submitting the recruitment request. Example, OS, ITA, MBDA, EDA, NTIA, and BIS. In this scenario, the Bureau of the Office of the Secretary is the bureau we will use. Type OS. You also can enter an applicable comment in the comments field below. If the recruitment is for a non-competitive hire, please include non-competitive in the comment box. When initiating as a proxy to a hiring manager, there will be additional hiring manager drop-down field where the user hiring manager should automatically populate. Per Bureau rules, routing the task to the first authorizer. In this case, it will be routed to myself. Select Submit once the authorizer is selected and all necessary fields are completed. Once the request is submitted, a message will appear on the screen that indicates that the recruitment request was successfully submitted. Please also take note of the recruitment request number, as it will be needed when the recruitment request is submitted in the ES portal. By clicking the Print Summary link, the request will open in a new tab where the request can be printed or saved. Click Exit to exit out of the request, or return to Recruitment Dashboard to take you back to the Recruitment Dashboard. You can access submitted recruitment requests from the Manage Requests page. To access this, navigate to the Recruitment Dashboard on the home page. You can access submitted recruitment requests from the Manage Request page. To access this, navigate to the Recruitment Dashboard on the home page, then click the Manage Request tile. The Manage Request page contains a search bar to filter recruitment requests by keywords, as well as a table of submitted recruitment requests. Click any recruitment request on this page to review any of your submitted requests. Please give us a moment to transition over as I show you the Bureau approval level steps.
We will now be showing the steps of a bureau approver approving a recruitment request. First, the bureau approver can access submit recruitment requests via the work list. To access this, navigate to the work list tile on the home page. On the work list page, select the desired request to review. To do this, select the recruit request action type. Under action type, users can view the specific type of requests, tasks that they are working on. Click on the recruit request action type to open up the recruitment request. After selecting the desired assigned request, the Bureau approver will be redirected to the request page with separate position info and announcement info tabs. Review all information in the position info tab, which includes occupational series, recruitment grades, and associate position details. Navigate to the announcement info tab at the top of the page after thoroughly reviewing the position info tab. Review the announcement info tab by scrolling down the page, which includes application requirements, announcement details, and duty station location information. The information contained under announcement info can be updated if needed. Navigate back to the position info tab at the top of the page after reviewing both tabs thoroughly. Add additional comments in the comments box if applicable. Click on the Human Resources radio button. Click Submit. We have now walked through the steps to submitting a new request, as well as seen the steps for the Bureau level approval. Our training materials will walk through other ways to submit a recruitment request, such as how to submit from backfill or vacant positions. We hope this demo has been informative as well as highlighted the key updates for PowerRecruit. Now we'll jump back to our presentation to go over Q&A, next steps, and wrap up this training session. Back to you, Maria.
Now we will take some time to answer a few questions before we wrap up. Do you have any questions for us?
We have a couple questions. First one, I just responded via the chat, but just to let everyone know that we will be sharing a copy of the slides after the sessions this week. And then Maria, next question we just got is, who are the contacts if we have issues getting into PowerRecruit?
Okay. I believe right now Marcia and myself will be the point of contact for right now, but we will get back with you when we send the slide deck out to ensure we have the proper or the appropriate contacts for you. I hope that answered your question. Any additional questions? Ah, thank you, Robert. I'm going to go into that question shortly. Okay, now let's touch on the next steps. PowerRecruit will go live on Monday, April 8th. A recording of the live training will be shared with you all, along with other knowledge resources, including a user guide and training deck. Next slide. And with that, let's wrap up. Thank you for attending this training session and learning about the redesign of PowerRecruit. We will send out the video recording of this training along with additional training materials for reference. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions or comments. And that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be in touch soon. I think we can give you back a few of your minutes to prepare for your lunch, get some coffee, go for a walk. I know it's a little chilly out, but the sun is shining. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.